Good. Praise the Lord. Thanks for coming. I'm going to sit this coffee down, but it may not stay there. So, good morning. Good morning. Okay, that was good. Is everybody awake? All right, we're all friends here, right? Okay, good. So I have a confession. I've been up since 2 a.m. this morning. 3? 2? Okay, there's a couple reasons why I got up at 2 a.m. One was that I originally thought I was going to be speaking at 3 o'clock p.m. And so when I found out that I was going to be speaking at 7:30, I got really nervous I was going to oversleep. So I woke up at 2 and I was just like, here we go. I think that was my fault, Mr. Byron, but I'm gonna blame it on you if that's okay. The second reason is that I'm just incredibly excited for you guys. I really believe that for some of you, this is going to be a day that really changes your life. So I just want you all to be open to that and be receptive to that, and I'm excited for you. You should be excited. I might be more excited for you than you are, and that's not good. And then the third reason is that I actually, I just woke up because I wanted to thank God. So I know this is going to be a little weird for y'all, but I'm going to start taking off my shirt because 4 years ago, actually, to this day, would have been the last day that I was actually working at the Coastal Carolina Fair picking up trash. And that was my job. I was one of the janitors. And this is exactly what I was wearing. This is an old school IES shirt. And so when I took that job, I was probably in a place where a lot of y'all are right now, and I was just thinking, all right, God, where you at, buddy? What's the deal? I thought I was doing what you wanted me to do, and I'm picking up trash at the fair right now. And my high school friends are coming by and saying, wow, Derek, looks like things are working out really well for you. And I was working that job, and my goal was to bring 2 people with me every day. It was the first job that our company ever had. We had to work 11 nights. To get those 2 jobs filled over 11 nights, it took me 11 different people. I should have just come to the Restart conference and got you guys. I mean, it took me forever. I couldn't find anybody that would do it with me. I was trying anything I could, and I was discouraged, and I felt a little hopeless. And so when I woke up this morning, I was thinking, wow, God, 4 years later, just look at how mighty you are. So, the purpose of my life is to live my best story by helping others do the same. And anytime I get to give this talk, it just makes me really excited. I've also had 5 cups of coffee, so anything's possible when you put God and caffeine together. The purpose of my life is to live my best story by helping others do the same. And so I love giving this talk. It's the beat of my heart. I can't do anything else that gets me more excited. And so, for me, my story started after I graduated from Furman University, and I decided to voluntarily move into a homeless shelter. And from living there, I noticed that all these guys work something called day labor. Some of you may be familiar with it, a lot of you may not be. Day labor contracts you work out for $13 an hour, and then they pay back minimum wage, which is $7.25. The problem is that a lot of guys are just trying to get their money for the night, while other people are honestly, sincerely trying to get ahead. What makes our company, it's called In Every Story, different is that if our workers come to work, do a good job, and they're drug-free, then we actually pull our profits and create reward programs. And by investing in workers that want to get ahead, and by helping them reach their goals, and by helping them live their best story, we also create better service for our customers. So we started at the Coastal Carolina Fair just 4 years ago, and we employed 3 people, and yesterday we employed about 135. And we want to start replicating. So we'll see what God does. So the beat of my heart is to talk about what it means to live your best story, and I like to start by asking this question. When you guys were a kid, what was it that you wanted to be when you grew up? Everybody think back. For some of you, it might be a little further than others. When you were a kid, what basketball player? I remember exactly what I wanted to be when I was a little kid. I can actually remember the first time that anybody ever asked. It was my papa, who's my mother, her father, so my grandfather. And he came to our house, and he called me over to him, and I was 4 or 5 years old, and he put his big hands on my shoulders, and he looked me in the eyes, and he said, "Derek, when you grow up, what do you want to be?" Nobody had asked me, but I knew the answer. So I straightened my back, I pulled back my shoulders, and I looked him right in the eyes, and I said, "Papa, when I grow up, I want to be a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle." I was really disappointed to find out that that wasn't an acceptable option. Turns out Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles don't get paid very well. They don't have health benefits. It's a dangerous job, and it was going to be difficult to raise a family in a sewer. So, my papa gave me some options. I never really heard of them before, but he said, take some time to think about it. I'm going to come back in a couple months, and you can have a new answer for me. So, while he was gone, I put a lot of thought into it. I realized that it was a serious question. And when he came back, he called me over, and he asked me the same question again. "Derek, when you grow up, what do you want to be?" And while he was gone, I noticed that every couple days there was this truck that would come into our neighborhood, and there would be these guys in the back of it. And that looked like a lot of fun, I thought. And they would hop off, and they would grab these barrels and throw them in the back. And I was like, all right, good physical exercise. And it seemed like a really community-oriented thing because they were helping everyone, and it seemed like a big benefit for my parents. And so he called me over, and I pulled back my shoulders, and I looked him in the eyes. He said, "Derek, what do you want to be when you grow up?" And I said, "Papa, when I grow up, I want to be a garbage man." And I realized that was strike two. But I bring that up because if you guys are anything like me, God's put stories in your heart. And as we get older, we quickly realize that the world's going to present some pretty heavy obstacles to those stories. People are going to have different perspectives on what you should do with your life. Life is just going to throw you some curveballs. It's going to be tough. But I believe that God's put these stories in our heart, and that when we live them out, that it actually brings heaven closer to earth. And so, I want to give you guys 3 things that I've learned about what it means to live your best story, and a lot of humility. So, the first thing is this. Great stories require great conflict. Man, people have their pins out. That means someone's still with me. Woo! All right. I might need to take a nap soon. Point number 1 is every good story has conflict. If you guys think about it, the story of the Titanic, it's really just a story about a couple that falls in love on a cruise, right? What makes the story great is that the boat sinks. That's why all the girls watch it. If you guys think about it, the story of Frodo is really just a story about a hitchhiker on a long vacation. What makes the story great is that Frodo is trying to save the world by destroying evil, and every step of the way, evil's trying to destroy him. When you think about it, the story of Atticus Finch, it's just a story of a small-town attorney that's defending an accused rapist. What makes the story great is that the small town is severely racist, and the defendant happens to be African American. If you guys want to live a great story with your life, conflict isn't an option. It's going to be a part of your story. Conflict also presents itself in great stories in history as well. When you guys think about Abraham Lincoln, one of the greatest presidents we've ever had, he was raised in poverty. He lost his mother at an early age. He lost his first fiancée. He failed in business twice. He was in 11 elections, and he won 3. At one point, he actually couldn't get out of bed for 6 months because he had a nervous breakdown. He became the president of the United States at the worst possible time, with the whole country on the brink of a civil war. Einstein failed middle school math. Michael Jordan got cut from his JV basketball team. If you guys look for a story that touches your heart, I promise that you will find conflict. For me, the conflict was, I knew I wanted to do something meaningful with my life, and I had no idea where to start. I noticed that Thoreau said that most men live lives of quiet desperation, but if you pursue the life you dreamed of, you'll find success in the most common of hours. Most men live lives of quiet desperation, but if you pursue the life you've dreamed of, you'll find success in the most common of hours. And I thought about it, and I thought about it, and I thought about it, and I said, you know what, that sounds a lot like me. And through kind of a series of events, I made God a promise. I said, listen, God, if you give me something meaningful and purposeful to do with my life, then I won't quit until you say it's time to quit or until it's finished. Chances are that for you guys, there's conflict in your life. Everybody coming in here has some conflict. You're looking for a career move, you're looking for a job. You're just trying to get the courage to put in one more application. And I just want to encourage you. Because what I would say is that this could be the beginning of a really great story. You might have some other struggles. Maybe it's a relationship that's falling apart. I just want to encourage you because this could be the beginning of a really great story. Maybe it's a mistake that you've made in the past. You don't feel like you can get over it. I just want to encourage you because this could be the beginning of a really great story. Point number one is that every great story has conflict. It's peculiar to me, though, because we all know we want to live great stories with our lives, and we all know that a great story requires great conflict, and yet most of us will spend our entire lives, listen closely, this is important, most of us will spend our entire lives doing everything that we can to avoid conflict. Can you guys